You're this perp back with another video, and yes, it is Walking Dead season, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to kick off Perptober with the first episode of The Walking Dead. Yes. Now, before I get into this review, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're new. If this is your first time checking me out, definitely hit that sub button. I've got a shit ton of content on my channel, and follow me on Twitter at PerpMinded. Now let's get right into this review. Episode 1, Season 10. Wow, 10 seasons. What a milestone. So, we start off, we see this dude coming out, this walker coming out of the ocean, and he looks really badass. And it seems like they're having this, what they were calling it, training day, and getting ready for, the war between the Whisperers, or if they decide to go to war with them. And we have a mask that ends up washing up on shore. We get introduced to this new character named Julie. She has kind of a thing for Lucas, and that's going to be interesting. We get an older RJ, and we have Judith, and they find the mask that washes up on sea, and everybody's kind of on edge because they think it's the Whisperers. And it's really interesting that they decided to go with Aaron and Michonne to, partner up, and they have very different ideologies on how to run things and go about things, but I kind of like it. I didn't really expect these two to kind of work together, but so it'll definitely be very interesting to see how they can get along or figure things out together. But everybody's pretty much on edge because no one wants to really go to war. They don't want to lose any more people, so they stumble upon a camp that looks like a Whisperer's camp, and just the paranoia starts to kind of get to everybody, and they're on full alert and trying to really crack down on this and to see where Alpha and her horde have moved. Meanwhile, we have Judith talking to RJ, talking about her father and just how she tells the story about Rick, and they don't know that Rick is alive. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that all ties in with the Rick Grimes movies. So in the beginning of this episode, we see this satellite falling from the sky, and we get different vantage points of everybody, all the different characters. So we go over to Father Gabriel and Eugene being Eugene, and him kind of just looking after Rosita's kid, and they're all kind of just pitching in. And it's really interesting to see them all, work together to take care of this baby. It was kind of a lighthearted moment. Didn't really take me out of the episode. I was cool with it. So then we get a scene with Lydia, and she's trying to learn how to read and just live a normal life. She has an interaction with Negan, and I'm glad that we get to see Negan, and I hope we get a lot more Negan in this season, and in the overall series. I think Lydia and Negan are going to have a lot more interactions and end up probably getting a lot more information about the Whisperers through her. And I don't even think Negan knows that this is Alpha's daughter, or who Alpha is. It's going to be really interesting. So he has a conversation with Father Gabriel about, what's going on and why everybody's on edge. And Negan wants to help, but it's going to be interesting to see who's going to let Negan out, maybe father. But it's like I said, I can't wait to just see Negan come back in a big, huge way and start cracking skulls. We get a scene with Daryl and Ezekiel. They're kind of just talking about life back and forth, and they still kind of tease Daryl having a love interest with Connie, but who knows how that's going to play out this season. Carol's back, and it's so dope to see Carol smile like this, because if you've watched this series, she doesn't usually smile, but her and Daryl go off into the woods. The iconic duo of this series is back, and I can't wait to see more interactions with these two. And I would definitely watch a Daryl and Carol spinoff. That would be really dope. And I like this scene. It meant a lot, but they have a bigger issue now. The satellite that fell out of the sky caused this huge fire, which is on Alpha's side of the border, and they completely ignore the border again to go over there to stop the fire, because if they don't, then Oceanside is gone. It'll be toasted, and they can't risk that. So they are able to extinguish the fire. Eugene wants to take parts from the satellite, but Michonne wants to leave because they know they've been there way too long. Then she notices that Daryl and Carol are missing, and where they went to is the cliff of where Alpha showed Daryl the herd, and the herd is not there. But so they know that they're about to get into war with Alpha, and we have this epic stare down, Carol and Alpha, and I really hope this happens in this series where we'll have an Alpha versus Carol battle. But overall, I thought this was a pretty good episode. Nothing too crazy. Things are going to probably escalate very, very quickly as they have crossed over to Alpha's borders, and that means war, and Alpha has seen Carol. So it's going to be interesting. What do you guys think about this in the comments below? I think this was a pretty good start, and I'm glad that The Walking Dead is back. But until next week, I'll check y'all later.